The saga continues, down to the top 25 best sci-fi. And on to number 25. The human race is devolving. So basically, kids are popping out of their moms looking like early hominids. That is the premise of this book, and I was so intrigued. However, this book doesn't live up to the premise. Basically, it's important to the story, but it's not the main point of the story, which was kind of disappointing. People's biggest gripe with this book seems to be that it's a knockoff of The Handmaid's Tale, which, fair enough, it kind of is. However, I also think there's more than one way to tell that story, and it is an important story to tell. 7.6 out of 10. This book takes place on a planet that kills men. Literally, they keel over within like 4 to 6 weeks. And at first I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds interesting. But about 2/3 of the way through the book, it took a hard left into mysticism and a look how happy we are in our lesbian commune and how deeply we connect, in kind of a way that took all the tension out of the story for me. It also had some deeply antiquated notions about gender identity, sexuality, and biology, which is not surprising given that this was written in the early 90s. 4.5 out of 10. The mind of Margaret Atwood is both terrifying and amazing. In this book, climate change has ruined everything. America is in the throes of late-stage capitalism, and a kid named Jimmy, who is not the brightest bulb, befriends a kid named Craig, who might be the brightest bulb, and also a sociopathic bulb. Also, there's a game called Paintball, which is horrifying. This whole trilogy is phenomenal. 9.5 out of 10. This is not better than Oryx and Craig. It is more accessible, though. I also feel like the author of this list might have a thing for baseball. But regardless, this has got a lot to say about racism, classism, and is kind of a David and Goliath story with a more ambiguous ending, which I have feelings about. 7.4 out of 10. I can't decide if this book is brilliant or a hot mess, and it might be both. I read this one a long time ago, but basically it's about outside entities forcing humans to be good, and then other ones forcing humans to be bad, and then an alien named George shows up and tries to fix things. It's told through a series of documents, reports, and letters, so if you like non-traditional narratives, this might be for you. It also has a lot to say about religion. It wasn't necessarily my favorite, though. 5 out of 10.